Hey traders, Shane from GMT Futures and FX. Well, what I'm going to do is take you through one of our pennant strategies today. This is a breakout system. It's a pivot trading system where we're looking to buy a breakout or sell a breakout of a lower pivot high or a higher pivot low. And very simple pattern-based strategy. What I want to do is show you the examples of adding in filters. So what we're going to have a look at here is we're going to have a look at an end of day exit. We're going to have a look at using a one loser and done or two loser and done strategy. We're going to look at using the system and having or trading every day of the week and how that impacts on our performance, and then filtering out the poor performing days. So the first thing we're going to look at is how the system runs trading every day. Well, as you can see here, the over 6 months, the profit, this is on the short side. We know that there's been a short side on crude or a bias on crude to the short side, 22,886, so it's running well. The key though here is it's got 261 trades. The win rate not great at 26.82, so we'd like to get an improvement there. The average trade net profit is pretty good at 87. I would like it to be higher, obviously. But we do have brokerage and slippage built into this system here. Slippage at 5220, and our total commissions at 1,044 for the number of trades we've taken, which is 261. And you can see here that the actual drawdown though is very high at 8,700. So that's the basic system as it stands. The equity graph doesn't look too bad, a bit of a drop there. So how can we improve it with just the basic filters? So let's have a look at just going through and looking at these level 3 filters. So the first one we're going to look at is looking at the days of the week. Now we know if we run every single day of the week, there's always going to be one of those days that's just not profitable, particularly on an intraday system. So if we look at every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we can clearly see here that there's an advantage by trading every day except for Monday. Monday appears to be not a great day for trading shorts on crude oil. So if we take that day out specifically and just trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each one of these days is very profitable with very little drawdown. And as you can see, the average trade net profits on these systems or days is very good. So let's assume that we've taken out Monday. But before we do that, we'll do a quick summary of where we're at. So we had 22,806 on performance, 1.56 profit factor, 260. Let's double check that. 200. So we had 261 trades, and we've got a 26.82% win rate. So not fantastic, but let's have a look at when we drop one of the days of the week. So if we go into our strategy here, we go format strategy, and we actually go into the system itself, and we take out Monday. Well, we've excluded Sunday as well, but we take out Monday. Let's see actually what happens here with the performance. So Monday's dropped, that poor performing day's dropped. Now let's have a look at the stats here. We've got our brokerage and commission built in, but interestingly the average trade net profit jumps to a really nice 111. The win rate pushes up to 28.51 from 26.82. The number of trades decreases to 221. Our profit factor jumps up to 1.72 from 1.56, and our actual profit jumps up to 24,556. So all round we're looking better. Let's have a look at the drawdown. Drawdown is at 62.80, so better there again. So at the moment, this is looking like a better adjustment just by taking Mondays out. Alright traders, now we're going to jump over to the end of day exit. Now this is going to be an interesting one, because what we're doing with this particular setup is we're making sure that we get out at the end of the trading day. Now the idea behind that is to limit or minimize the risk. So if we go in here and just turn off the end of day exit, which we'll do now, so we'll turn that off, we should get a system that is running exactly like our original setup. So there's our original trade, 22,806. Now some strategies, this will work really well, end of day exit. It worked beautifully on PT10, so let's have a look at what it does here for our crude strategy, and we'll turn that on. So that's basically, to do that, we're adding in stops and targets. We're making sure that we've got a custom setting set up, custom session set up, to ensure that we get out a couple of minutes before the end of day close. Because if you set this strategy up in TradeStation, it's going to send an order right on end of day. And what will happen is that it'll reject the order because it won't route the order, because the session's closed, it won't be able to fill the order. So you've got to be a little bit careful to make sure you set up a custom session there. So if you need more information on that, just send me an email. and I'll give you some more detail on how to do that, but you don't want to get caught out with that situation. So we'll turn that on, we'll go close, and you'll see that this is going to dramatically drop the performance of this system. So as I said, it does work well for some systems, but others not so great. So you can see there our profit factor, or our profit is down to 4698. Our profit factor is 1.12. Our number of trades is 283, so we've actually had an increase in trades, and our percentage profitable has increased as well, but our average trade net profit is a dismal $16.60. So we wouldn't be able to trade that. No one would be able to trade that. You wouldn't make any money. It says that you've got, once you've done brokerage and commission, you've got a profit. But the reality is that that's really not a tradable system. The win rate's very low as well, and the drawdown is huge, 9,974. So that does not improve our strategy whatsoever. That's not to say that that's going to happen all the time. That's just in this situation. So you've got to be a little bit careful about, well, you've got to test, always objectively test your strategy as far as the end of day exit. So we'll record those numbers. All right, traders, over to our one and done, two and done. So we'll start with two winners and done. Sorry, two losers and done. So in this setup here, what we're doing is we're setting our strategy up so it basically, if it takes two losing trades, it's going to stop trading. So the filter on this particular setting is under our max session trade. So we've got it turned on for a start. We have as many wins as we want to take. So I've got 100, the ridiculous amount there is 100. But if we have two losers, so max losers 2, then this system will shut off. So let's have a look at how that performance has rolled out. So here's the performance report on that particular setting. So 23,098. So that's actually our second highest dollar amount as far as performance, and that's a great net profit. That's on two and done. And our profit factor is 1.67, so we'll add that in there, 1.67. We have and we'll just roll this down here. We have 213 trades, so that's the least number of trades so far we've had. And our percentage win rate is 27.7. 27.7 is the lowest win rate we've had. Then our profit factor is 108. So we're sitting second as far as performance. That's the second highest average trade net profit, which is great. And our drawdown is 5.6. Let's have a look at if we do it as that's two and done. What happens if we have one loser and done? So we'll modify this slightly here. We'll go into our strategy inputs and we'll put one loser and done. And we'll go OK. Wow, one loser and done. Our max drawdown that's the lowest we've had, $3,602. So that's quite a good result as far as drawdown. Now let's have a look at the rest of the stats here. We have a win rate of, let's have a look at our win rate, 25.58%. So that's our lowest win rate, which isn't great, but we've capped our risk, which is good. That's a positive. And we have 129 trades. So our total number of trades has dropped dramatically. Our highest number of trades was 283 on the end of day exit, and we're now down to 129. So you would expect that our average trade net profit is going to jump up, which it has, to 91.34, which is great. That's sitting at around the level that we want it to be. $100 would be fantastic, but 91 is getting close to what we want. And our profit factor is 1.51, which is better as well. And our overall profit is 11,700. So 11,784 for our overall profit, which is good again. So it's one and done. Obviously, is going to reduce your risk. It's going to reduce the number of trades you've got, but you're capping your risk, and we're halving our max drawdown, which is fantastic. So that's a good result in relation to the overall risk management of the strategy, and one that some traders would prefer. But let's have a look at the summary of how everything plays out as far as the. Alright traders, I've put together a quick little table here as well as an overall ranking tool. So what I've done is the way I've ranked this is based on from 5 through to 1 on system performance. So I've given each category an equal weighting, profit. So the higher the ranking, the better the system, and equally distributed across the number of benchmark stats that we're looking at, so profit factor, profit trades, percentage win rate, average trade note profit, and max drawdown. So you can see here that if we go through each one of these, if we rank on best to worst as far as profit, clearly days of the week sits up there at 24,556. So days of the week would get a 5 there. And then the worst performing profitable system was the end of day exit, getting a 1. So that's how I'd rank them, and that's how we've divvied them up in this table. And at the end of the analysis, you can see that the best system based on our ranking, obviously the most points you get throughout the benchmark stats, the better the ranking of the system. The days of the week ended up getting 25 points. 2 and done was 21 points. No filter was 16, and then a tie for 1 and done and end of day exit. But clearly you can see that 1 and done and end of day exit, while the 1 and done is good because it's got a much lower overall max drawdown, the profit isn't fantastic. So it really does depend on what weight you give these systems on each of the benchmarks. If you're looking for an overall system package, then obviously the days of the week is the way to go as far as this example here. But that was just a very quick look at what we can do with obviously crude oil on a Pivot Breakout. I'm going to be reviewing some of the other systems, but they're just some of the filters we have, and I'm looking forward to taking you through some of the other filters that we have and we're releasing as well as part of our package. So thank you for your time, and I look forward to catching you on the next video update. Cheers.